everyone, and welcome to Drury High School and the Bucky Bullet Gym for tonight's girls action. It's the MIAA round of 16 between the number 9 seed Lee Wildcats and the number 8 seed Drury Blue Devils. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Rick Boyd, joined again by John Jacoby. John, thanks a lot. We did the boys game a couple weeks ago here. We had a great time. It came out perfect. And, thanks a lot for helping us out tonight.
It's a pleasure. Anytime I can get up here, I really appreciate it. I enjoy it, and it's always great to watch local high school teams competing for a spot to make it to the Final 8.
John, let's start with the Lee Wildcats, 14-7. Did pretty well in their league, but they weren't, in my opinion, and you could tell me a lot better, were only challenged logically by the undefeated Renaissance Phoenix team. And, so they finished at 14-7, and they were 8-2 in the league and did what they had to do. You play where you're told to play, and they did what they had to do. But if you take a look at their 7 losses, the surprise one to me was Monument Mountain. Not that those girls down there can't play, but it did surprise me a bit. They lost to the Blue Devils in December, 54-32. They lost twice to Renaissance and 3 times to their kind of rival, the Lennox Millionaires. So, no shame in those losses for sure. But they are led by an 8th grader, I understand.
Yeah, they're led by Gianna Carlino, and she's a heck of a player. We faced her about 2 weeks ago. She was their leading scorer in our game. We were tied with them with 6 minutes left to go, and they pulled away a victory on us. So they have it in them. Their loss against Monument, according to Coach Polari, Monument shot lights out, and it was a game against a rivalry. Rivalry games, anything can happen. And I think, you can't read into that early loss. It was the day before New Year's Eve. It was December 30th, and it was a big win from the Drury Blue Devils. But in the playoffs, it's a whole different ball game. Lee's a young team, and they're now, the 8th graders now really a freshman. And the freshmen are now really a sophomore. They got a whole year under their belt. They are ready to play, and they're going to give Drury everything they have, even though Drury's favored on their home court.
And Lee defeated Mahar 63-25 pretty easily in the first round. So it gets tougher as you go on. Of course, the Blue Devils, they defeated Collegiate Charter of Lowell 63-36 here last week in the first round. The Blue Devils finished 6-4 in the Central, tied with Belchertown, and I would say their key wins this year were the split against Pope Francis and Belchertown.
And those are 2 nice wins for the Drury Blue Devils. They have a lot of good athletes. Coach Downey does a good job with them, and it's just going to be a fun Berkshire County game, and one team's going to move on, and one team's season's going to end tonight. That's the tough thing about the tournament.
So as we always do here at Drury High School, we're going to turn it over to the PA announcer, and that's the athletic director, Jeff Polari.
Will not be tolerated and grounds removal from the gym this evening. We ask that you please respect all players, coaches, officials, and game administrators. Please note, noisemakers, horns, bells, and whistles are also prohibited and result in removal from the gym tonight at Drury. On behalf of all of us with Blue Devil Athletics, we thank you for your cooperation. We hope you'll enjoy tonight's contest. And now, let's meet your starters this evening. First for the visitors from Lee High School. At guard, an 8th grader, number 15, Gianna Carlino. At guard, a junior, number 11, Peyton Simmons. At center, a freshman, number 33, Mika Diller. At guard, a junior, number 4, Kenzie Garrity. And at forward, a senior, number 21, Mia Polari. The Wildcats are led by head coach, Rick Polari. And now, let's meet the starters for your Drury Blue Devils. At guard, a sophomore, number 20, Ashlyn Hayden. At forward, a junior, number 35, Eva Moser. At guard, a senior, number 14, Hannah Lucas. At guard, a senior, number 11, Izzy Moore. And at guard, a senior, number 10, Jacinta Felix. Drury is led by head coach Ian Downey.
Well, John, I got to tell you, Coach Downey's told me many, many times before the season even started that he could change his lineup at any time because all the kids play at some point during the game.
He's deep as you can go in any team in Berkshire County.
Out of 1 ear?
I can't hear out of either one of them.
Almost ready for action here at the Bucky Bullet Gym. And how that crowd filled in very quickly here.
It's a good Berkshire crowd. You know, the state loves it that you have two opponents that are less than an hour away from each other. You knew Lee would travel well up here. In the last, I don't know, since I've been to Berkshire County, you're talking about two powerhouse programs in Berkshire County. Lee dominated Division III for years. Drury was always in Division II, and now they square off for a spot in the Final 8, which is incredible for Berkshire County girls basketball.
And as Coach Downey has, like I said, many, many times, I've done a lot of games. I've seen a lot of Drury girls games this year, John, and the starting lineup is different almost every time. I guess it depends on health and practice and, whatever the coach puts into that.
He's got a lot of good younger players, but he starts the older girls and then plays it by year after that, depending on foul trouble and other situations.
Good weave here. Perleri travels in the lane.
Yeah, a little eager right there because the weave was working. She just didn't put the ball on the floor before taking that step, and they caught it.
Well, the guards are playing catch right now. Here's Felix. Nothing for Hannah Lacasse. She's going to launch a three. And it's going to stuck up. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be possession Drury. That's as good as an offensive board, I guess.
We haven't had a rebound yet. That's it's a turnover on the possession arrow, but Drury gets to maintain the ball.
And the shot is good by the referee. So that's going to be the trivia question tonight. Who scored the first hoop in the Drury League game?
Lee's playing a 2-3 zone. Drury's seen a lot of zone this year, but they didn't get a good look on that first action. Let's see what they get out of bounds play. Nothing. They're setting up their half-court offense. See what they get this time.
Eva Moser from the corner, side of the backboard. Knocked out by Diller, and he'll stay with the Blue Devils. Almost 1 minute played here, just underway. Winner continues to the Elite Eight.
Patience by Drury.
Nice drive. Look down to Moser, and she can't put it in. Nice dish there from Ashlyn Hayden.
A good look and a good inside opportunity for Moser. Just went a little wide, and now Lee's countering.
Shot is no good. Battling for the rebound is Eva Moser.
Yeah, Hannah Lacasse did a good job keeping that ball alive, and Eva found it.
And scoring is Ashlyn Hayden. First hoop as she drove the lane.
If you beat the zone up the floor, you can get to the basket, and that's what Hayden did there for the first 2 points of the game.
There's
and now
the steal.
comes up with a turnover.
Lane is up and in by Lacasse.
Very athletic finish here. She was off balance and was still able to finish 4-0 Drury.
There's another steal. Up ahead. Lacasse puts it on the floor. She's going to back it out, I think. Jacinta's going to launch a three. Back iron. Offensive rebound by Moore. And this one's going to go to Lee. So they're going to get an offensive possession here.
Quick jump ball. I like to let them fight for it for a little bit, but that was called quickly, and now Lee gets possession down 4-0.
4-0 Drury. 5:52 here in the first. Diller up the lane, won't fall. Rebounded by Lacasse. Good ball handling by the senior.
Good look in that. They just rolled off the back of the rim, but 4-0.
Nice
Good
look.
pass
Oh,
inside.
beautiful, but not expected pass with Eva Moser.
Another nice pass by Jacinta.
And Ashlyn Hayden won't get it to go, but she will go to the line. Hard work by the Lady Devils during that possession.
Yeah, Drury's playing a little not carefree, but they're playing relaxed, but they're playing hard. They forced 2 or 3 turnovers off their pressure, and they look like they're ready for tonight's action so far.
What I was going to ask you is, you've been coaching the girls for a long, long time now. Sometimes when you watch the boys and you watch the girls, you can see the difference. And the unselfishness of most girls' teams with that extra pass seems to be in play.
Yeah, well, when your best player, Jacinta, wants to pass the ball more than score the ball, and she's still your leading scorer, that goes all the way down the team.
Right.
And it carries over very well for the Drury Blue Devils, who just forced another turnover.
Lacasse won't go. Diller comes up with it for the stolen away. Izzy Moore, shot is off the glass and in.
Just over the three-point line, so only a 2-pointer, but 7-0 run by the Drury Blue Devils.
And we got a block but a foul. And the question is, who's it on? Because there was 3 white jerseys there.
Yeah, no, Lee did a good job finally beating the press.
Ashlyn Hayden, I believe, and it is.
Carlino got the ball ahead, and we got the ball to Garrity, who got to the line for 2. Lee's first chance to get some points on the board.
Kenzie Garrity misses first one.
Right now, Lee needs a point just to get it, the 0 off the board after 3 minutes. Big free throw right here for Garrity.
Front iron, no good. Lee's going to get another one. They're going to take a 3 from the outside. No good. Diller gets fouled. I believe Eva Moser.
No, I think they're going on Jacinta. A tough call from behind. I thought it was on Moser too, but the referee pointed at number 10. Oh, he did give it to Moser. Okay. Looked like he was pointing at Jacinta from behind, but Moser picks up her first. Miller did a good job keeping that ball alive, tapped it out, got the ball back after a missed shot, and now gets herself to the line.
Diller's shot won't go. 0 for 3 for the Wild.
Except for
Lady
Polari,
Cats.
they have no seniors on the team, and the younger players just have to get their nerves settled down here because that first basket's going to go a long way to calming the nerves of the Lee Wildcats.
And there's the first point by the Wildcats. 7-1, 4:50 to go. Trying to get the ball into Moser, and Eva couldn't handle it.
Yeah, the zone had it covered. Moser had a little gap, and they tried to squeeze it through there, but it didn't work out, and Lee got the ball back. And this is a big possession after getting on the board finally.
Well, kind of open was Diller, and they saw her, and she's got good size.
Yeah,
for a young lady.
Yeah, no, she's only a freshman, I believe. Do we have her year down
I didn't know. It wasn't listed on iBurchers, John.
I think she's a freshman. And 8th grader is their other leading scorer, Carlino. So the future's bright here in Lee.
Couldn't get a shot off as Ashlyn Hayden.
Yeah, that's 2 tough possessions in a row for the Drury Blue Devils. They went on their 7-0 run in 1 minute, and then the other times Lee has done a good job with their
Polari all the
zone.
way to the hoop. Gets it knocked out of bounds by Elise Daly, who just entered the ball game.
Yeah,
So Polari did a nice job trying to take it
great job
headline.
turning the corner, but she brought the ball back to her right hand, which opened it up for Daly to get a hand on it and knock it out.
Oh, a little push-off she got away with there, I think. Shot's no good. Shot up again, no good. Here's a third opportunity for the Lady Wildcats here. The shot is good, a 3.
Yeah, you
That's
know
Garrity.
what? They had 3 opportunities to grab the ball, and Lee got it every time, and they buried the 3 to now make it a 3-point game.
No Sweetsky gets you right back in it.
That'll settle your nerves down very quickly.
Delaney Hayden in the ball game, and as I said, Elise Daly also. Nothing there. Here's a steal. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Hayden. Here comes Delaney all the way up the left lane using her left hand. Off the glass and in, a 3 for Lacasse.
Yeah, the bank is open. The bank has been open twice for Drury, and that's 5 big points for them. Great
And they
press
ran that
break.
well.
Great press break. Carlino got it up to Dilla, who found Garrity, and they got an easy layup breaking the press. That's their first basket off breaking the press.
Bounce pass from Daly intended for Delaney Hayden.
It looks like Coach Downey is telling them to get the ball inside and then maybe get it out, but they're forcing it a little bit. They got to make sure the window's there to get it inside, but they got the ball back on a kick from Lee.
Felix put the ball in play under her own hoop. There's the steal on the inbounds, and one thing you don't want to see. There's Garrity. Goes up and won't go. Rebound Felix. Jacinta lost it.
Yeah, you know, Garrity did a good job challenging the possession there without fouling, and it forced Jacinta into a tough dribbling situation, and it went off, but Jacinta back to Lee.
2:46 left on the clock. First quarter here, 10-6 Blue Devils. Lee with the basketball.
Right now, Drury got a lot of their points off turnovers, and we'll see who wins the half-court battle.
And we got a travel call by Kurt Chalana. Megan McGrath into the ball game.
Drury's got to maintain possession on the half-court offense. A couple, iffy passes have gone away and got Lee back in the game.
It was good to see McGrath back on the floor the other night, John. She played well. She didn't play a lot of minutes, but she scored 5 points. Yeah, she played really well. Daly underneath, scores. Nice feed from Felix.
Yeah, got behind the zone, and you got 5 players out there spreading out the zone.
All leaking to the hoop and scoring again. Having a good first quarter is Kenzie Garrity. And Coach Downey calls timeout.
Yeah, he doesn't like the fact that Lee has scored twice on press breaks. They got it over the top both times for uncontested layups. When you're giving up points on the press, you got to call timeout, regroup. And early on in the game, Lee was turning over the ball. They now have figured it out, and they're beating them over the top. And it's got, after a 7-0 lead, Lee has done a good job pegging away back into the game, and it's 12-8. And we'll see what Downey does to adjust his defense, because right now Lee's beating them over the top.
So we're into that part of the season, John, where it's a lot of fun. Of course, once you start it, you lose, you go home. And for a lot of teams that are still playing, they're going very quickly though. They reduce down from the number in the division, and again, it's the top 32 plus teams beyond that with better than 500 records. And it all pretty much usually comes out at the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what? The top teams are usually seeded correctly, but up until seed number 8, usually anybody can beat anybody. This is a good matchup tonight.
I thought so for sure, yeah.
Drury's got more athleticism, but Lee's well coached, and they've had a good start after a good response after a tough start.
Rebound by Andrade, the junior. And we got a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Ari Noyes, the freshman, just into the ballgame, her first personal. 2 each 2 team fouls each with under 2 minutes to go here in the first.
Yeah, we
Addison
haven't
Shepherd.
heard anything from Carlino as they went to the bench early. She's getting a little rest here, try to get her composure back. She hasn't done anything wrong. She just hasn't done anything offensively for their leading scorer. They'll look for her moving on, but right now Carlino's on the bench, and number 3, Noyes, came in and picked up that foul.
So Ashlyn Hayden, who played the entire first quarter, will sit down at the 145 mark, catch her breath. So Coach Downey's going with his 2 bigs right now.
Yeah, double big. Addie Shepard, a freshman who had a nice year here for Drury, in with Daly, and they got 2 bigs on the floor. Diller is out of the game, and they try to go in, just try to thread the pass, and Lee came up with the steal.
Good steal there by Leanna Driscoll, the sophomore, just into the ball game also. Jenna Simone in the game. So a lot of substitute. Rick Polari's gone to his bench. Here's Mayor Polari trying to drive on.
Yeah,
Felix.
he's got his 2 young girls, 8th grader and 9th grader, sitting on the bench. And they're the number 1 and 2 leading scorers on the team. Polari's going to look to score probably here as the lone senior out there for the Lee Wildcats.
It's a long 3, and it's good, a swish. That's knocked down by Ari Noyes, the 9th grader.
Yeah, you don't see too many step-back threes in the girls' game, and she did it, and nothing but net.
Shot from the corner, won't go. Drury's 1 and out, and offensively not looking
less
sharp
than a
right now,
minute
half-court
left,
offense.
and Lee has a shot to end the first quarter up. Both teams are going to get another possession, though.
They swing the ball nicely. Shot from the wing is good, and there's the lead. Good 3-point shooting here.
Yeah.
That's knocked down by
Tamaya Andre knocked down that 3. That's 6 points in about 30 seconds, and Lee has taken a 2-point lead.
And Felix is fouled with 14 seconds left, but it's only 4.
Right. Yeah, no, that 5-foul rule is a different animal. 1 more foul, and they'll go to the line, but they got away with that one.
Well, the 3's got Lee back in the game, and the 3's have given them the lead. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Shot is up, and it's no good as the buzzer goes off. Real hard work by the Lee Wildcats in the last 4 minutes, John, and they totally controlled the play.
Yeah, well, early in the game, they were turning over the ball, and that led to a 7-0 lead for Drury, and then they started to beat the press, and that turned it around, and they got inched back into the game. But like you said earlier, 3-pointers can turn the game around quickly, and they knocked down back-to-back 3s to take the 2-point lead. Good response by Lee Wildcats, and now it's Drury's time to respond.
Yeah, Kenzie Garrity, the junior, already with 8 points of the 14.
You know what? When you get into the tournament, other teams are going to know who the starters are, who the leading scorers are, and you need other players to step up. Garrity's only been averaging about 5 points a game, but she's already off to a great start. And right now, Drury's got to be a little concerned because I don't think Polari scored. I don't think Carlino scored, and Diller maybe got a free throw, but I don't think she got a basket. So the 3 leading scorers have been contained, and yet Drury's still down by 2.
Right, and Jacinta Felix may have taken a shot and may have missed a lip. I can't recall, John, but
no, I don't.
Not very active offensively so far.
She missed a 3, and that was it. But she's made a lot of great passes and had some impact on the game. But right now, Drury starts with the ball down by 2. We'll see what they come out of the end of the quarter play here. Looks like the triangle play they run a lot against the zone.
And we got a foul as McGrath took the pass in the lane.
Yeah, that was when you had to call the foul, you had to call the travel, and she got her with her hip, and they made the call. That's number 2 on Simone. Dangerous pass, got away with it.
1 and out again as Hayden misses the short shot. Here's Carlino.
Illegal screen right there.
Yeah, movie screen, that's Diller.
Yeah, no, Diller had it, but then she leaned a little bit. Coach Polari doesn't agree with the call, but yeah, you got to set your feet, and she didn't quite do it. Good job by the Drury bench, starting to make some noise and try to get in this game and try to get them to respond to Lee's end of the quarter run and try to get back into the game for the Blue Devils.
They're anticipating the passes. Drury's turned the ball over a lot. Another pass intended for Shepard. It's turned over again. Nice drive to the hoop. Knocked out by the Blue Devils. I think Elise Daly might have.
You know what? When you see a lot of Valley teams and stuff like that, they play a zone, but it's more reserved. Lee is playing a zone, but they're active and they're getting in the passing lanes. And Drury has turned over the ball in the half-court setting.
Got a kick ball. They'll do it again. Just underway here in the second quarter of this girls round of 16 action here in North Adams between Lee and Drury. Oh, baseline all the way. They gave it to her on a foul. Poor defense at that time.
Yeah, they closed out hard on the shooter, and the shooter kept her pivot foot and then drove by her after the closeout and got to the basket, and another foul. This one, the first on Addie Shepard.
A back iron action.
You know what?
Driscoll got a second.
Both teams are playing their normal basketball game. I've seen both teams play this year, and you don't have that adrenaline of a tournament game right now. And Drury fans and the Drury players got to go on a little run and try to get the atmosphere to shift back to their favor, because right now Lee has calmed down the early storm. And
offensive putback, no good. Another offensive board. He counted and won. Diller puts it back, worked hard, had great position there. Just had to put it in off the glass.
Diller's got some good size, but she also gets good positioning, and when she gets the ball, she knows what to do with it, and she's got a chance to make the old-fashioned three-point play here. And Drury's got to wake up because it's been Lee's run for the last 5 minutes, and they've got a chance to open it up to 5-point lead with the free throw.
Shot is good. 17-12 Lee.
The ball pressure on the wings are very good from Lee. Almost another steal.
Well, Rick Polari will take that possession every time Drury brings the ball down the court.
Right now, Lee's defense is more active than Drury's offense, and Drury's got to get some movement out there or they're going to be in trouble, because right now Lee is very, very active in their 2-3 zone.
Carlinos won't go. Here comes Wood.
Nice pass by McGrath.
Jacinta goes up and won't go. Moser. Turnaround won't go. Carlino comes down with it. Looking for the layup. Goes up. Scores and one! And Lee is really red hot offensively now.
Well, Lee got the confidence back. They handled it like I thought after the 7-0 lead. It was a big time in the ball game, and they got their three on a third possession, couple offensive rebounds to make it 7-4. And ever since then, they've been the better team on the floor.
Shot no good. Offensive rebound up no good. Rebound by Moser.
And Diller got another offensive rebound there. They're rebounding very well to start.
Will cast the shot, won't go. Of course, Drury's MO, it's not the three. They got kids that can, but. And another score! That's by Garrity.
Great pass ahead by Carlino. Good run out by Garrity. 9-point lead. Drury needs an answer, or Downey's going to have to call a timeout soon. No movement, though, right on the zone right now.
Back iron. Jacinta gets her own rebound, and she loses it.
Great job following her missed shot and then tries to drive by the basket.
John,
but
I got to
again,
tell you, as I said, I've seen the Blue Devils a lot. I had not seen them so offensively frustrated, even against Hoosick Valley.
Yeah. Well, they ended up handling that pressure pretty good. That Hoosick took it off. But right now, Lee's playing inspired defense, and it's making a difference.
Here's the steal. Good job by Wood getting it across the timeline. Eva Moser goes up, can't get it to go, goes up again and scores. Finally, after several minutes, Drury has a basket.
It was an ill-advised pass that just bounced to Moser. She stuck with it and got the much-needed 2 points for the Drury Blue Devils. They are got to do it down here on defense now.
Steal.
Great drop down by Jacinta for the steal, the blind side drop down and got a steal.
Oh, she can't get it to go, but following up is Jacinta. She can't get it to go.
Great pass.
And stolen away. Stolen away by Jacinta. And this time she puts it off the glass. Timeout, Drury. Well, hard work there by the Blue Devils. They missed a couple bunnies. Just couldn't get to roll in.
But the energy was back. You're not going to do everything right. You're not going to do everything perfect, but you got to have energy. And right there, the energy got sparked by senior Jacinta Felix. She's their team leader. They needed to go on a little run. She made a nice pass underneath for a layup. It didn't go. She got a layup opportunity. It didn't go. She got another offensive rebound, and it didn't go. And then they came up with a big steal. And this game is about runs. And right now, Drury went on a little run. And Drury wanted to call timeout after being on a little run to keep the momentum going. Let's see what they put on defense, because if you call a timeout on going on a little run like that, you think Downey might have something different coming out of the timeout. 21-16, 4 minutes left in the game, but right now it's been like two different games. Drury to start the game, turnovers and buckets, and then Lee went on like an 8-minute, 9-minute run where they were the better team, and now it's right back to a 5-point game, and this is a big, interesting call what the teams do out of the timeout.
Yeah, of the two offenses, I really like what Rick Polari runs. I just get so, if I was a fan, those cross-court passes eventually, John, are going to burn you at some point.
If you're going to do cross-court passes, you're going to set them up with a guard-to-guard pass or a guard-to-forward pass, but you can't go right to cross-court passing, and that's what Drury was doing. They did come out with a different look on defense, and they came up with a steal, and Wood could not knock down the three, but they'll take that look from Wood. She's one of their better shooters.
And there's a foul on Carlino.
Think that's her first, but that's another good defensive high-energy possession from Drury. They got the ball back. Let's see what they can come with up here to cut the lead.
Ashlyn Hayden knew it was knocked out of her hands by the opponent, so she just let it go. 3:32 on the clock here in the second quarter. 21-16 Lee. Wood had nothing. Lacasse launches. Won't go.
Great rebound by Carlino. That could be trouble.
And it is. It's stolen away. She couldn't put the ball on the carpet, John. I think she'd already dribbled.
Yeah,
so.
Carlino did a good job pressuring the ball.
Here's
without
Polari
fouling.
all the way down the lane and scoring.
Drury lost their responsibility there, and that's the first bucket from Polari, who made it from the top of the key all the way to the basket, and that's not a good defensive possession by the Blue Devils.
I can't. I be honest with you. If we keep a stats, I couldn't keep the steals right now on bad passes by Drury. The turnovers. Shot from the corner, won't go. There's another offensive rebound. Oh. We got a foul on the floor.
Well, right now, I've said it 3 or 4 times. Lee's zone is more active than Drury's offense, and they're throwing lazy passes, and they're not getting away with them. And they got to fix that either to finish this half or fix it at halftime. But right now, They're having too many turnovers on the half court.
Eva Moser's going to sit with 2 personal fouls. Nora Wood will go out. Lee Staley back in. Polare baseline. Gets shut off by Felix. Oh, nice spin move. Shot is up, no good. And Lee's going to come up with it again. No white on the boards. Polare goes up. Here goes Felix.
She tried to look for Lacasse breaking out, and Lee got a hand on it, so Drury will maintain possession.
Yeah, they got lucky there. 23-16, 7-point Wildcat lead.
Another skip pass, but this one makes it through safely.
Jacinta launches, going to be a little short. A little pressure there. Polare stepped on the baseline. 1:57 on the clock.
Coach Polare thought she got a little help from Drury, and she might have, but the refs didn't see it that way, and Drury gets the ball back.
Lacasse goes up and is fouled.
And that's 2 on Carlino, I think, if it goes to Carlino. 21. Nope, that's not Carlino. That goes on Polare. 2 on Polare, though.
They're going to say active shooting, and the Drury senior, Hannah Lacasse, will go to the line.
Little quick on the release. She's got a good foul shot. She's just got to slow down. Every point is important right now when you find yourself down on your home gym. You want to go into halftime with either a nice response or at least cut the deficit in half.
Oh for 2. Good rebound there by Leanna Driscoll.
Yeah, we got both teams with 4 fouls, so no matter where they get fouled, both teams will be shooting 2. This should be a fun, entertaining 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and right now Lee has earned every inch of the 7-point lead they have.
Good tip away there by Hayden.
That's the first big skip pass by Lee, and that one almost got stolen. You got to set up skip passes, and you got to whip them across, and they're not happening. But they didn't come up with a steal, and Lee got the ball back.
A little short shot, no good.
Tiller working hard in there, gets a rebound, but over the back, and now you're going to be shooting free throws. That was a big miss by Lee because it set up the foul and a free two free throws for Drury. I don't know who they're sending to the line. It looks like number 11 is
That was Driscoll, and that's her first. And as you said, John, the team's 5th, so they're in the bonus for the last minute and almost and a half. Izzy Moore, the senior, will go to the line. Scored 5 points in the first round game.
Good rotation on the ball. It just doesn't roll in for her, but Drury is hoping to cash in on the second one and then put their press on would be my guess.
One out of 2 for Moore.
Half court pressure.
You got a tie-up?
Jacinta, good job forcing the tie-up. Polare wanted the foul, but he will at least get the ball back on the possession arrow. Coach Polare wanted the foul.
1:15 left here in the second. And Coach Polare, as you said, John, wants timeout. He wants to talk it over. 1:15 on the clock, 23-17.
Coach Polari's been coaching a long time. He didn't like what the action was coming out of bounds, and it'll be interesting when he comes out. My guess is, my feeling is I'd have Carlino get the ball in her hand. She's their best playmaker. But I would watch out if I'm the Drury Blue Devils for Diller, who's had a nice game inside. It's been a fun game, and it's going to go either way. But right now, Drury's got to cut out their turnovers, and they got to get someone to put up some points because they're struggling getting the ball in the hole since early in the game.
Well, as I said, John, action is fast and furious here in the MIA and all 5 divisions as we get to the very, very close to the round of 8. And in another week, we'll be talking about who's in the semifinals and who will make the finals. And
yeah, you know, basketball is a very long season starting the Monday after Thanksgiving, but you can be, you know, you're thrilled to be playing in the middle of March. If you make it to the finals, you go to March 12th, I believe it is, and these teams are hunting to get a chance to play a higher seed and get their way into the Final Four. One of these teams will be in the Final 8.
oh, nice dish underneath. Won't go. Rebound Daly. Great work there, especially by Kenzie Garrity.
Yeah, they drove and got the ball to Diller, who hit Driscoll, and it came up a little short. Polari saw a foul that the refs did not see, and Drury got the ball back. Another 50-50 ball that Jacinta had to rescue.
Shot it in good. They finally got a pass that wasn't stolen in the paint,
Well,
and Lacasse scores.
Jacinta cut to the basket and opened up a lane that Lacasse filled, and that was good offense.
Offensive putback, no good. Here's Delaney Hayden.
They can hold for the last shot.
And she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Yep.
Cut into the lead here, 23-19. She'll get 2.
That's 2 on Diller, so you got Polari for Lee with 2, and now Diller with 2, and she's going to probably come out for the last possession of the half.
And Jenna Simone, number 11, has 2.
Good touch right there by Delaney, 3-point game. Good close for Drury. We still got 27 seconds left. Drury's going to probably put their 2-2-1 pressure on, and we'll see how Lee does trying to break it.
Makes them both. She's got a little unique push shot, John. Delaney does.
You don't ask how it goes in, you just ask how many.
Shot no good and rebound by Drury.
Quick shot by Lee. Same thing at the end of the first quarter. Lee was up big, and now Drury can end the quarter tied or with the lead.
Here's Lacasse. Got it! Wow. What a minute and a half. 2 minutes. You said it was going to be, I can't remember the adjective you used, John, but it was certainly fun-packed, and Drury did get on that little run.
All I know is playing basketball or coaching basketball for over 30 years, you know there are runs to be had. Drury upped their emotions, upped their effort, and then once that happens and you get a couple free throws to go, Lacasse hit a 23-footer at the buzzer. Drury had a big lead in the first quarter. Lee responded and took a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Lee had a 7-point lead with about 3 minutes left, and Drury responded with a big close to the quarter to take a 1-point lead. 24-23 Drury. A fun game so far.
Well, when I found out these two teams were going to match up, and it was number 8 and number 9, regardless of what their regular season was, who they played, what league they were in, how they matched up in league back in December, it didn't matter, John. I just had a feeling it was going to be a great game, and if we get as much excitement here in the second half as we have here in the first, it's going to be a great one. So we're going to take a very quick break here at halftime. It is the Blue Devils 24 and the Wildcats 23. Don't go away. We'll be right back with second half action. Okay, everybody, we're back here. Second half action. MIAA Division 5 girls, round of 16. The number 9 seed, Lee Wildcats, and the number 8 seed, Drury Blue Devils. The Blue Devils with I believe it was a 7-0 run or an 8-0 run to end the first half, trailing 27-16, took a 24-23 lead with that long 3 by Hannah Lacasse. We're going to run down the scoring. First of all, for the Lady Wildcats from Lee, Kenzie Garrity, the junior, with 10 points. She only girl in double figures for Lee. Some balanced scoring, though. 3 points for Diller, 3 for Ari Noyes, Andrade with 3, and a bucket apiece for Gina Carlino, their leading scorer, and Mia Polari. So the good news for Drury is they held Polari to 2 and they held Carlino to 2. The good news for Lee is Jacinta Felix was held to 2. So for the Blue Devils, Hannah Lacasse with 10. 3 for Isabella, 3 for Isabella Moore, and 3 for Ashlyn Hayden, and 2 apiece for Addie Shepard. Eva Moser, Delaney Hayden, Elise Daly, and Jacinta Felix. So a lot of kids scoring, not huge numbers. Each team with one young lady in double figures. Rebounds, probably slight advantage, I would say, to Lee, but certainly on the offensive end, though.
Yeah, Lee took advantage of their size, and especially early in the game got a lot of offensive rebounds. But like you said, Drury had a nice response. The first game of the year in December, Carlino had 16 out of their 32 points. So although they're down by 1, they know that they've already scored 23 points compared to 32 in a whole game. And right now, Drury had that great run to end it, and they start the possession with the third quarter with the ball, and they can make it a 10-0 run or 11-0 run here. This is a big opening possession because Drury wants to keep that streak going. They didn't want to see halftime end, and it'll be interesting who gets the first swing of the game in the third quarter.
Here we go, Drury with the basketball and a 1-point lead. Well, they're yelling 3 seconds from the bench, and the referee heard him and called it.
Yeah, no, I thought Moser was trying to get position inside, and she needed to clear the paint, and she didn't. But Polari helped the call. But Drury's going to get the ball right back.
So it's I don't want it, you can have it.
Yeah, no, this is sort of like how the first quarter started.
Yeah.
So your 1-point game, we basically have a 16-minute game left, and 2 turnovers, 1 each to start the third quarter.
Shot is up and in. Nice little look there. Hayden saw a baseline cutter, and that was Lacasse.
Wide right.
And it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be.
Yeah, in the last possession for Drury, Lee's doing a great job taking away the foul line. Drury likes to get it in the high post. And Drury cut back door and got a layup out of it because they didn't try to force the ball in the high post. Good pass and good cut by Drury, and let's see if they come up with the same play again.
Yeah, Lee will not turn down a nice open look 3. Moser, just another extra pass that just didn't work out. We got a tie up, and it's going to go to Lee. Good hard work there by both young ladies.
Neither one of them were as hesitant to hit the floor, and it's a good jump ball.
Carlino and Moore?
Yes. You got the youth and you got the senior. You only got 4 seniors in the game. 3 seniors, I think. Two for Drury and 1 for Lee. So this could be a rivalry in the future.
And it's going to be white ball.
Yep, we got 1 bucket this half on a backdoor play. A nice play by Drury and Lee. I don't know if they've gotten a shot off this quarter. Another turnover for them.
Lacasse shot back iron. Rebound by Moore. On the floor, it's going to be tied up, and it's going to be Drury ball.
Jacinta did a good job getting inside position, but the bigger player got a tip on it, but Moore followed it up, and that's a big offensive rebound for the Blue Devils. Hannah Lacasse has had a good game offensively, and she had a good look at the 3. It didn't fall, but Drury was able to maintain possession.
Drury's passes have been crisp, John, around the perimeter, but trying to get in the post is where they've had the issue. And there we go, another turnover.
Yeah, they're lacking the true back-to-basket player. Moser does a good job. She's a little...
It's all a deflection? So
they're calling a double deflection because it definitely went off Jacinta, but he saw another deflection, and it gets the ball back to Drury. From up here, it looked like it could have been off Jacinta, but
Handle the cast, loses the ball, going left hand, left side.
Referee Chalana saw the double tip, but Drury turned it right back over. If you're a Lee fan, you're going to say the ball doesn't lie, but I think the referee saw the double tip and made the right call.
Steal. Hayden goes up, can't get it to go. No call. Polari with the rebound. Nice bounce pass underneath, and scoring is Garrity, and she's having one heck of a game. She's got 12.
Yeah, both her and Lacasse have 12, and they're both not the leading scorers for their team, but they're having a game tonight.
Drury still back in a 1-point lead here. Double covering the ball. Lacasse shot won't go. 1 and out for Drury, though. No white jerseys whatsoever, even in the box out area.
Ooh, a late call by the official, and Carlino will go to the line.
That's going to be the first team foul for the Blue Devils here in the third quarter. It's the third for Ashlyn Hayden.
And Ashlyn's been a big part of their turnovers on the pressure. She's come up with 4 or 5 steals on the long Lee passes, and now she's got to go to the bench in way of McGrath.
Elise Daly going to the scores table, getting ready to check in. I'm guessing for Moore.
Moore or Moja.
Good box out there.
Tie ball game.
You're right, Moore or Moser, I believe, yeah. Presents a shot. No good. Rebound is going to be taken away by Lee.
Yeah, right there on the skip passes, you got some good looks for Drury, but you don't have the players that are going to step up and try to knock it down. One girl, the Blue Devils' admission tonight is Moranti, who had 12 in their first game.
That's right, John. We failed to mention that, and I was very well aware of that. Nice spin move by Mia.
Good
Take
play.
it away.
Izzy Moore, good play, good pass, but tough catch.
Taken away by Lee. So Drury couldn't get the layup. Here's Polari, steps back, and drains it. It's a 2.
Right on the line, but she knocks it down for the 2, and now Lee has regained the lead.
They're looking for that extra cutter. It hasn't worked at all.
Except for the first or second possession of the half. They've been trying to force it inside, and the pass just wasn't there. You got to dribble out and just reset your offense, but they got to stop forcing it in. Back to no movement for Drury. They got McGrath in the high post now.
McGrath had the lane but lost the ball.
Yeah, you know what? One of the toughest jobs is officiating, but that ball went off Lee, and they got away with one there.
So he's going to go to Ella Bond, John.
Ella Bond can score, and she's not afraid of the 3, and that's the shot that's been available. Except for Lacasse, nobody's really knocked one down.
Good movement here by the Lady Cats. And scoring.
Younger role players are stepping up big for Lee, and
that's Tommy Andre.
They're on a 5-0 run right now.
Felix, step back. Shot is good. It's a 3.
Right there was a great skip pass. Good read by Bond as 2 players for Lee went out on McGrath. The skip pass was there, and it got an open look for Jacinta. Nothing but net.
Shot won't go. Bond comes out with a rebound. Gets it ahead to Delaney Hayden. Bounce pass to Felix, and they lose it.
You know,
That was a good look. Just the pass just wasn't crisp.
Bond, didn't play at all in the first half, but she's given some good energy in her first few seconds of the second half.
Got a foul on Jacinta Felix on a push right under the hoop.
When you talk about Drury's depth, you got Bond, who didn't even play a minute in the first half, comes in, and she would be a player in a lot of teams in Berkshire County, but with the depth of Drury, she's got to wait her turn. But now it's her turn.
Larry
Let's see
all
what
the way
she
to the hoop,
does.
puts it up and in. Nice strong move by the senior.
Oh,
McGrath goes up too strong. Hayden's shot is short. Bond comes
rebound
down
by
with
Bond,
it.
and
She's
a foul
fouled.
from behind.
Nice hard work there by the 8th grader. 3-point lead here. 32-29 with 2:03 left here in the third.
Polari has stepped up her game early in the third quarter, as a senior should do, a senior leader for Lee. Lee is active in their zone, and when Drury, doesn't move the ball and they get a little lazy on passes, they turn it over. Another run by Lee. It's only a 3-point lead right now, but they were down 1 at halftime.
2 team fouls for Drury, 1 for Lee here in the third quarter. All the way to the hoop.
Good rebound by Shepard.
Here's Pond. She's a little short. And we got a one-on-one here. Shot won't go. Nice rebound by Shepard again. We got a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Lee.
Great job by Delaney Hayden getting back, because that would have been an uncontested layup. She hustled back from trailing the play by 5 feet and made it back in time to avert the uncontested layup, but in the loose ball, Lee got it back on the jump.
Hayden. Delaney goes up, and she's fouled. They wanted that layup so bad.
Yeah, no, that was a great steal, and she at least gets to the foul line. And, of course, you want to make the layup and try to cash in the easy 2. Now she's going to have to earn it at the free throw line. But it's a great steal. Both sisters have had some nice jobs stealing the ball in the pressure.
Delaney is 3 for 3 from the line. She'll get another one. 32 Lee, 30 Drury. 1:21 left in the third here at the Bucky Bullet Gym. Winner moves on, and the loser's season is over. Back iron, she gets 1 out of the 2.
You can't jinx them like that, Rick. You got to just let them play, because you announce them 3 for 3 and they miss.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, hard work on the offensive glass. We got an and 1 as Diller scores. First field goal here in the second half.
I don't know if Diller's done growing, but she's a good-sized athlete, and she is a good finisher near the basket, and her future's bright, and she just showed Drury what's ahead with a putback and a chance to make it a 3-point play.
She's got it.
And she's got a nice touch for her center, too. She plays inside in the post, but she's had some she missed 1 or 2 early free throws, but her rotation is really good, and she's got a bright future. Drury's hoping the future happens next year, but right now it's Lee by 5.
Very aggressive. Another steal. And a foul by Felix. Lee's taking over again, John.
The game of streaks, you just got to be careful with that, because sometimes the streaks don't end. Drury went on it's been the odd quarters have been Lee, and the second quarter was Drury's finish. But right now, Lee's showing no quit after giving up a 7-point lead and trailing at halftime, they've had a great response in the third quarter.
Simmons, 1 out of 2. 6-point lead, 36-30, under a minute here in the third. Turnaround shot won't go.
Nice rebound by Diller. Jump ball.
It's going to be Drury ball.
Yep. That's a great jump. You can end the quarter with the possession. For Lee, it'll most likely give him the ball to start the fourth quarter. But Drury can go for the last shot with 28.4 left, or they can try to score and force a turnover. Be interested in how they play it. Another jump, maybe. Yep.
And Lee will probably get, they'll get the last shot.
With 6.3 seconds left. They got a chance to do what Drury did and close out the half with a bucket. And this time, though, to open up a big lead. Too much dribbling, not going anywhere. She's got it off, though.
Almost. She got the look. Rick Polari wanted it really bad. So we've come to the end of 3. That was, again, a good quarter for the Lee Wildcats. And they're going to take a 6-point lead at 36-30 heading into the fourth.
Yeah, you're talking a 13-6 advantage in the third quarter. Lee had the answers. Drury started off with a nice backdoor cut and got a nice look for an easy layup, but then Lee responded, didn't give up any other easy looks. And they had some nice run-out baskets off turnovers, made some free throws, and right now Drury's facing a 6-point deficit going into the fourth quarter. And fortunately for Drury, they start with the ball, and we'll see if Drury has one more run left in them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to come from down low. I think the pressure is what has kept up in here. That's changed the momentum, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you know, Drury goes through stretches. We played them twice this year, and they had the depth and handled my team pretty well this year, and you got to give them credit. But there were periods of time where they struggled scoring the ball. And when we didn't score the ball, they got away with it. Right now, they gave up points to Lee in that quarter. 13 points is a lot of points in a tournament game to give up, and they only got themselves 6. So they got to come up with one more response. Right now, they went back to their older lineup in. They got 1 sophomore, 2 seniors, and 3 seniors in there, and 1 junior. So they got an older lineup back in, Drury does.
They're still working around the perimeter. Here's Nora Wood. Drains it. It's a 3. She's a shooter.
She's a game changer when she's on. She's good. They got the press going, but Lee beat it pretty easily. Another foul on Jacinta.
That's going to be 3. First for the Blue Devils here in the fourth quarter. 3 personal fouls for Jacinta.
I'm not sure, and if I could go back and replay, I thought Drury had 2 different presses going there, and that opened up a lane for Lee. They got to get on the same page.
Polari all the way to the hoop, puts it up short. Rebound no good. And a foul. And the size of Diller took over there. She had the position, she had the size, she did everything she needed to do except score.
Well, that's a huge drive by Polari because the defender has to rotate over and help. And now you got a smaller girl boxing out Diller, and her size and her length gets her 2 offensive chances and gets her to the line again.
Yeah. As we said earlier, John, I wasn't aware she was an underclassman, so the future's definitely bright with that program.
I don't have it in front of me, but I'd bet money she's a freshman if I find out anything different. But I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, the simple fact that she, in I Berkshires, didn't have her class next to her name tells me the same thing.
She missed her free throw after making several. This is a big one. Missed that one. Good rebound by Wood. Wood hit an early three, and Drury now only one possession behind, down by 3. Two in a row from Nora Wood.
Ties the game at 36. So a couple of threes have taken care of that 6-point deficit.
What a game of swings, though. Tie game. And then Lee
what
responds.
a nice put in there by Andre.
In the second quarter, Lee hit back-to-back threes. In this quarter, Nora Wood has hit back-to-back threes. So we got a 2-point game, 1-possession game. It's going to be a great finish tonight, Rick. Nope.
Coming away with it, the Wildcats. She had a good look.
It was a good look again after
first time
hitting two.
she at least had a hand on her face that time. All the way to the hoop, won't go. Diller with the rebound and a foul.
Yeah, Hannah Lacasse did a great job boxing out, but Diller, with her reach, was able to get up top without going over the back and got another opportunity to go to the line for 2.
Six minutes left.
She's true on that one, 3-point game. Carlino back into the game. A lot of substitutions right there, by both teams, and 6 minutes left. We got a 3 or 4 point game after this free throw.
And it's 4.
And Diller's going to get a little rest so she can be fresh to finish up the game now that Lee opened up a 4-point lead. Drury tied it up, going 6-0 to start, and Lee's now on a run. These runs are incredible tonight. Not too many matching baskets. Oh, she had a look, but because she missed her last one, she didn't want to force that one. Oh, no.
That's 4.
Yeah, no.
4 on Felix, and another Drury bad pass to the lane.
Well, Drury did a great job driving the lane, and they thought they had the bounce pass in, but Lee does a great job collapsing. They've been doing a great job with their zone for most of the night.
So the momentum back with the Lady Cats here, and a turnover.
Well, you know what? When Drury got in trouble in the first half, they had some unforced turnovers. That's the first unforced turnover for Lee in a while, and Drury's going to have to cash it in and cut this lead down by 4.
Which she hurried that one.
Now Lee is shooting already.
This is going to be a deciding factor of this ball game. No personal fouls for Lady Wildcats, and in the bonus.
The one thing that happens when you're playing full court, you got more susceptible to early fouls, and right now they got a foul there, and Lee's at the line, trying to cash in the free ones. I don't know what they put in the water down in Lee, but they all have a good touch from the line. Oh, I jinxed her. That was my turn. That could have been a foul. With no fouls, you'd expect him to call that, but Lee's playing a little aggressive. Nice rebound.
Nora Wood goes up and scores.
No, big basket by Nora Wood. She's had some key moments in this fourth quarter, 3-point game.
4:50 to go. There's a steal.
Turnover. 2-on-1.
Wood goes up. No good.
Rebound. Oh, foul.
And Felix is pushed.
Okay.
Yeah, you called it just before the referee. Just a fraction of a second.
Well, Jacinta did a great job getting inside position, and I didn't know if they were going to call it, but she did get pushed from behind.
It's
but
on Carlino.
They got the right call.
Lacasse from the corner. Got it!
Tie ball game, folks.
4:30 to go. All tied up at 41.
Rick, you said it earlier. The three-point game makes a huge difference.
Shot. It's no good rebound. Lacasse, we got a tie up. It's going to stay with Lee. I got to say, Hannah Lacasse, she's certainly a good basketball player. She's certainly very athletic. But she's had, a very hot, cold season, for saying the least. She was the only player, John, not to score in the first round game. And look at the value she's adding tonight as a senior.
Well, Hannah is just got a lot of basketball skills, and she's had an up-and-down career at Drury. But she's a good kid, works hard.
Very much.
And she has the potential for a game like this tonight, and I'm happy for her that she's had it so far, and it'll be interesting what leader for Drury steps up and who tries to respond from Lee in a 41-41 game with 4:23. You know what? I watch a lot of basketball, college, pro, coach, high school, go to boys games, and it's amazing how many streaks you get in a series and runs you get in a game. And this one's had a run every quarter. Drury got a 6-0 run to start the quarter, and then Lee responded with the next 4 points, and actually 5 points because they made a free throw, and then Drury responded with 5 right back on their own. Right now we got 4:23. The next basket's going to be huge. Who's going to go on the next run? Right now, foul trouble can be a concern. Drury's got 5. Lee only has 1. I don't know if Lee's going to be more aggressive because they've been in their zone all night. But right now, they have a freedom to be a little bit more aggressive. Drury's going to be smart and not send them to the line.
Lee will be at the line. Almost tipped away. Shot is up and in. Kind of an excuse me by Diller, but it's good.
Accidental baskets are the best. The ball went off someone's foot right to Diller, and she banked it home. Lee regains the lead.
Step back for Lacasse. Short.
Right on target, just came up a little short.
Here comes Simmons. She's going to slow it down.
Good
Nice rebound
by Hayden.
Shot won't fall for Wood, but they're going to get it back. Nora Wood has really played so hard here in the second half. Nice bounce pass. Shot is no good, but going to the line is Daly. Foul's going to be on Polari.
When they move the top players on the zone, they can get the ball into the high post. Sometimes they try to force the ball down to the low post, and that time Lacasse had a nice passing pocket and found Daly, who goes to the line for 2.
The sophomore drains it, and she scored her first point. Jacinta will sit down for a moment, I believe, or she can just go in for instructions.
She's got 4 fouls. They probably want her on the bench for a little bit.
Play a little offense, defense, maybe.
Right, and Addie Shepard's coming in for the shooter if she knocks it down. And she does. That's a big substitution pattern for Drury. You're talking about the depth. Tie ball game with 3 minutes left, and you go to your bench with 3 new players. That's a lot of depth for the Drury Blue
One of
Devils.
these teams move on, and one of these teams will go home with 3 minutes left in the ball
2-on-1
game.
if they hurry.
And that was Carlino.
All the way coast to coast.
And a turnover.
You can't make a 30-foot pass from the top of the key. Lee got a deflection and came away with it.
Lee with the basketball, a 2-point lead. Here's Diller.
Oh. You know what? They could have been a foul before the pass and then a pretty good adjustment by
a good block.
Shepard, and they must have called it on the body because it looked clean from top. But Diller will find herself right back at the line where she spent a lot of time this half.
Boy, the youngsters really, really had a great ball game, John.
Yeah, the future's bright in Lee, like I said earlier, and Carlino and Diller had a big impact on beating my team a couple weeks ago, and they got themselves a 3-point lead.
It's kind of like nothing, she said. I got it under control, Coach.
4-point lead, another run by Lee.
Jacinta's shot won't go. Rebound by Hayden. Ashlyn goes up and
Nice
scores.
finish.
47-45, Lee.
She's going to blow right by Norton. Oh, I thought she was going to take it to the basket. She did, but didn't complete.
Ashlyn Hayden with another good rebound.
For the lead.
Felix.
Short. No foul. Jacinta's got to be careful with 4. Got to stop the ball with Carlino. Diller not afraid to look deep.
Another on a foul. Well, Drury's played with 5 fouls for quite a while, and they have not gone to the line. They've been pretty lucky there. But they've backed off, John, as Jacinta did down here in the corner.
Well, they're more than 5 fouls, but they haven't got one in the midcourt because they got them shooting. They keep it at 5, but they haven't got one away from the basket.
Right, they've gone in an active shooting. I don't think they've gone.
No, not yet.
Right.
No. Nice play by Drury.
Hayden off the glass.
Tie game again.
We're tied at 47 with 1:49 to go.
What a high school state
Coach Polari wants
playoff
timeout.
basketball game. Again, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but
No, it's the run.
Lee just went on a 4-0 run, so Lee could have taken a 6-point lead. They didn't cash in, and Drury responded with Delaney Hayden coming up with her 4. I don't know how many points.
Ashlyn, yeah.
Was Ashlyn, that number 20.
Yeah.
Delaney was in a minute ago, but Ashlyn, number 20, they don't look as much alike as they used to, but I still get them I can't tell them apart sometimes, but I will get it right the rest of the game. But Ashlyn Hayden had a great offensive rebound and put it back, and then Jacinta found her for a nice play and got the last 4 points to tie up the ball game. You can't ask for a better game for a state Sweet 16
No, this has been a real
round.
good one, John. I'm so glad we decided to broadcast this game.
Well, it's a Berkshire County game, but both teams are won a tournament game, and they're ready for this. Lee's done a great job showing how much they've improved since early in the year, and Drury has shown a lot of guts coming back several times in this game, and one of these teams is going to go home, in disappointment. One of these teams is going to be celebrating, but both teams should be proud of their programs for the efforts they put out tonight.
Some substitutions. Izzy Moore back in the game. Meg McGregor.
Yeah, they took out Jacinta with the 4 fouls. They don't want to lose her on the offensive end.
Shot no good.
Big rebound by Moore.
Nice steal. Lee with the basketball. Going to reset here. Coach Polari calling out a play. 1:25 to go. Down the lane. No good. Diller blocked.
That's a foul.
We got a foul on Diller, I think, John.
Yeah, not in the bonus yet. But Addie Shepard with a great defensive effort on Diller got the block there the first time. Diller didn't get the shot off that she was looking for, and right away they put in Hayden.
Yeah, Hayden and Felix are back here for offense. Yes, exactly.
Both of them have 4 fouls. Hayden with the last 4 points. Let's see where it goes. Wood gets a look. Didn't want to take an early one. Thought about that one. Timeout by Coach. He didn't like where it was going. Might have got stuck in the corner. Coach Downey uses one of his timeouts. 1 minute even left on the clock. Tie ball game. I don't know if I've had a closer game that I've called. I've done it 3, 4, 5 times, but we got a tie game with a minute left.
It's a minute season for one of these two clubs, John. And I thought the composure of Nora Wood not to take that 3 because there was a hand in her face was probably the right call.
Yeah, she made two big ones to start it. She was looking to maybe cash one in the last minute because she made them early in this quarter, but she made a good choice to turn that one down. Now, as a coach, with 1 minute left, you got two players with 4 fouls. You might want to score and call timeout, or you might just let them play it out with a minute left. It'll be interesting. I do know, as a coach, if you have confidence in your team running a good play in the first 15 seconds, you want to get a shot off with about 45 seconds left. So no matter what happens, you get at least one more possession. So you try to go for a 2 for 1 here. But the most important thing, I wouldn't worry about 2 for 1 right now. I would worry about getting the lead and cashing in on this current possession.
So a little atypical. We're going to have Lacasse put the ball in play.
Found a window because she was in trouble there.
Lacasse from the corner. Won't go. Tipped out. Oh, to Lee with a basketball with a foul.
Foul. They're going to go to the line. Both teams are going to the line now. That was probably an okay foul. Lacasse isn't in foul trouble. And I think they would have had a breakaway layup if she didn't foul because one Lee player got out ahead.
That's only Lacasse's first personal. But going to the line is Peyton Simmons, the junior. She's one out of 2 so far tonight.
A little long like that, but when you're guaranteed 2 free throws, that's huge. She was a little nervous there. Let's see if she can calm the nerves down here.
Let's see if Drury has a hero. Let's see what happens here.
Long again.
Nora Wood gets the rebound after the 2 misses. Big possession, John.
Yeah, no.
One of the biggest of the whole season.
Yeah, you know, one of these teams is going to try to take a lead here. Drury is running it under 35. Oh, tough pass.
Turnover, 31.5, Lee basketball.
And you got, they're keeping.
McGrath is coming in.
Oh, they got them coming out. The 2 girls, they got. Drury's had a hard time making that driving lane up down the baseline and then trying to hit it in the post. And once again, it found its way out of bounds.
Coach Johnny's going to play with the 2 young ladies with the 4 personal fouls. Ashlyn Hayden and Jacinta Felix.
No call. It could have been a block charge. Instead, they say play on. Timeout by Lee with 16 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Lee can go for the final possession, or they can just try to score. Right now, if you get a layup, you take it. If not, I would, on the road, I'd go for the final shot.
Coach Downey not happy about the no call on the foul over on the other side.
You know what? I think it's
gonna let them play.
It's a tough call, but if you call the block, then they're shooting. If you call the charge, you give the ball back to Drury. They let them play on there, and there's really, you can argue it both ways. It's the toughest call in basketball, the block charge. And if when in doubt, let them play because that's what they did.
Well, we've got 16.1 seconds left in this ball game. We are tied, 47-47. The Lee Wildcats and the Drury Blue Devil girls, MIA Division 5. Round of 16. The winner goes to the round of 8. The loser's season is over. Lee has played exceptionally well.
It'll be interesting.
Drury's played well at times. Maybe not their best game of the year, for sure. But Lee with the basketball.
It'll be interesting what Lee tries to do. They got Carlino who can drive to the basket. They got Diller in the post. And Perleri has been going to the basket strong. And then you got your two players from the outside. Garrity had a great first half. So it'll be interesting where they go. Good defense by Drury.
Here we go. 13 seconds left. Polari drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound Moser. She's fouled. Oh, travel.
0.2 seconds left. They got to catch and shoot.
That's all they can do. It's got to be a catch and shoot.
That was another non-call. They went with the travel. She fell with the ball. She might have been pushed, but the refs don't want to decide it anymore. And we're going to overtime, Rick. I don't know if
Good no call.
I don't know if we have enough advertisers.
I don't think Coach Johnny was happy about Emma Moser getting slammed to the floor either, or the referees just think that she went down fighting for the ball and a rebound. So, nevertheless, that's the way it happens here.
You know what? I hate to say one thing or another about the officials. I think that's a foul in the first or second quarter.
Yes.
But with 1 second left, the officials want to call the obvious foul that they see, but they don't want to be the difference in the ball game.
That's right, John. I agree with you.
You make that call right there, you're sending Drury to the line with no chance of losing and only every chance to win. And they called the travel, and Lee, had to throw an alley-oop, and they didn't get it off, so we played 4 extra minutes. You know what? It's been a very exciting game. Either team at one point or the other could have went ahead and took over and won the game by 10. But all night long they've been answering responses. Now that you got the pressure of overtime, every possession, that first lead is key. And then if you get that first lead, you get a stop and you try to get the bigger lead. And now that pressure, it goes on. So that first basket, Drury hasn't won too many jump balls, and Diller's got the size. So it's going to be a great advantage for Lee, but that first bucket of overtime is going to be huge.
So we're going to jump for 4 minutes. 4 minutes of action left here, hopefully in overtime.
I don't know what Lee players are in foul trouble, but Drury's got to be careful with their 2 girls with 4 now that we're talking 4 extra minutes.
Nice bounce pass on the floor, tied up.
Great drop down by McGrath. She did a great job. She's a junior. She's been out a lot this year, but she's finding her way in some key moments here in overtime and makes a big play, dropping down from her guard position to force the jump ball.
Jacinta Felix. McGrath with a floater. Won't go. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Diller. Stolen by Felix. Won't go.
You got to remember they're both in foul. 2-shot bonus now. So no foul called there either way.
Couple good looks for Drury. Couldn't get it to fall. Shot is up. It won't go. Tipped
Tip
away.
out by Diller. Keeps it alive for Lee. Nice drop down again.
Yeah, turnover.
Ashland Hayden made the drop down that McGrath just did, and they forced an errant pass. Drury gets the ball back 1 minute into the overtime. No one's been on the board yet. Lee's getting out high. They might be able to get the backdoor play, but they don't want to force it. They do force it.
Moser goes and scores. They finally got the ball to Moser.
They went high-low. They did force it in there, but Moser got great position and knocked down the layup.
Drury with a 2-point lead. 2:30 left here in overtime. Polarity gives it up. Shots up, no good. Rebound,
Good
nice box out.
by McGrath.
And a foul.
And a foul, so she will be going to the line.
John, I mentioned just before we started the game that Meg McGrath was back, and I was very happy to see her play the last ball game, and she played very well in limited minutes. She's playing more tonight, but she's made a difference on the floor.
Yeah, no, Meg McGrath is a great athlete, and in the last 2 years she's dealt with some serious injuries, and she to her credit, battled back to get herself out here, and now she's got a chance to go to the free throw line.
She'll get a second.
So we're still talking a 1-possession game. This is a big one to get up by 2 possessions. And again, first basket was huge. Let's see if Lee has a response. And she cashed in on 1 out of 2. 1-possession game. Drury needs to keep stopping them. Don't let them get a bucket. And Lee needs to try to find a way to cash in.
Long three. It's good off the glass. The bank again.
Okay, game of runs, 2 minutes, tie game. Oh, almost threw it away. 2 skip passes in a row.
Lee with the basketball, 1:53 left.
That was a tough possession by Drury. They had 2 skip passes, and then the ball went out of bounds trying to drive to the baseline. Turnover by Lee.
Let's see what Jacinta Felix and company have in store here on this possession.
Boy,
they got away with it there, John. Great effort as the ball was turned over. Great effort by McGrath to get back.
The Lee fans aren't happy with the call, but I thought it was a great hustle by McGrath, too. Polari calls timeout with 1:23 left.
Still tied, 50-50.
You know what? I think officials do a great job when you go home and you're not talking about it. If you're going to talk about the officials at the end of the night, both sides might talk about calls that weren't made, but at least they've been consistent. And right there, to me, that looked like McGrath just got back and made a good hustle play. And the refs are, calling what they see, but they're trying to let the girls decide it on the floor. And Lee will now have the possession and have the chance to take their first lead in overtime. Fun game with so many ties, lead changes, and runs. Who has the last one with 1 minute, 23 seconds left? Anybody's ball game. I'm just calling the game, having fun with you, Rick. Once again, thank you for having me up here tonight.
Oh, it's been a blast, John. This is great.
I feel the nerves in the gym right now. This is awesome. High school playoff basketball, and one of these teams is going to go home feeling very, very good and celebrating, and one team will be disappointed, but no one should be disappointed with how well and how hard they played tonight.
Here we go. Here's Dilla. She gives it up to Polari. Polari, little spin move. Here's take it away. Knocked out by Jacinta Felix. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, so that's not even an issue right now with 26. 1:16 on the game clock. Each team in the bonus for free throws. Polari goes up and gets the roll.
She got a step on the closeout, and they take their first lead with 1 minute left to go in the game. First lead in overtime.
Felix's shot is short.
Big rebound by McGrath. Gets it up to their floor leader into the post for more. McGrath for 3.
Got it! And a timeout by Coach
Drury calls timeout to set their defense. McGrath, injured most of the year, steps up and plays in the first tournament game.
John,
and comes back and plays in a big, huge role here in overtime.
She's done so much on the floor, but it's the first time we got to put a number in the scoring column for her. She did have a free throw. She made 1 out of 2. But
you know what, though? Obviously everybody's going to talk about the 3 that she made. Izzy Moore did a great job battling for the rebound, but it scooted out there to the top of the key, and McGrath came up with the rebound, and about 10 seconds later knocked down the big three-pointer to give Drury a 1-point lead to, regain the lead. And now Lee's possession, but Drury called the timeout, so it'll be interesting what kind of defense they come into, if they're going to play the girls with 4 fouls or not here. I say ride the players who got you there, but Coach Downey has done this for a long time, and he knows what to do with his team, and it'll be interesting what Lee comes out with and the defense Drury plays. Right now, it doesn't look like they're pressing. Maybe they'll move it up in a minute, but they start at half court.
So Drury's going with Moser, McGrath, Felix, Ashlyn Hayden, and Izzy Moore. Here we go. Drury by 1. Lee with the basketball. 30 seconds left in overtime. Polari all the way to the hoop. Goes up, no good. Rebound up and in. Stolen away, and Diller got it. 54-53 Lee.
Timeout by Drury.
14 seconds left. What a big hoop by the young lady.
You know what? All second half, Mia Polari has been driving hard to the basket. Once again, she drove hard to the basket, and her drive made the defense rotate, and that opened up the offensive rebound for Dilla, who had an uncontested putback to regain the lane for Lee. And now Drury has the final possession unless they try to score a little early. But right now, it's just a 1-point game. If Lee holds on, they upset Drury. If Drury cashes in, they will take a one-possession win. You can't ask for a better high school playoff basketball team, a game, and both teams should be proud of their effort. Let's see who comes on top in this last possession.
There is very, very little, almost nothing between these two teams. They're so close in every aspect. The height advantage, probably a little bit more with Lee, with Diller and Polari over a couple of the youngsters, the sophomore Daly and the freshman.
Let's see
Shepard.
who Drury looks to get the last shot off. They might try to go early and just get the lead. They might play for the last one. We'll see. Either way, short.
And a rebound. And they foul, finally, but they fouled too late, John.
Yeah, you know what? They went up for the shot.
Hannah Lacasse had the good shot, just a little bit short off the iron. They couldn't get the rebound.
And then they missed the shot with about 4.5 seconds left, but it took them 3 seconds to foul. And now I don't know what Coach Downey's timeouts are left. If she makes both of them, they're still in the game, but you got to have the long touchdown play with only 1.5 seconds left. This is a big, I'm sure Downey has one more timeout because of the overtime, but you get the rebound, you call timeout, you got to play a touchdown pass. And he's calling the timeout now, down by 2.
55-53, minute and a half left in overtime.
As a coach, when I watch these games on TV, I'd be like, what would I do right here? There's not many plays in this game. Homer Drew ran a play in the NCAA a couple years ago. You have your biggest player at the top of the key, and you have 2 3-point shooters run off of it. You catch, pass, shoot. You can do it in 1.5 seconds. But I'm sure Drury is drawing up a play. It might be different than the one I saw with Drew. But your team is down to one possession, and you got to make a miracle here. And I've seen a lot of miracle in sports. The missed free throw gives Drury a chance to win the game at the buzzer on a 3. And at the same time, Lee has earned a 2-point lead. All they got to do is defend for this 1.5 seconds, and they go to the final 8. What a fun, exciting basketball game. They got Diller on the inbounder to distract the pass. You got McGrath throwing it. And we'll see what they're doing here. Long pass. Not.
And there it is. What an exciting, I'm really happy for the Lee kids, John, and I'm happy for the fans here. They really came up from Lee and showed their support. And, it's tough. You lost to this team in December by double digits, and you're going on their home floor, and they got it done, as simple as that.
Yeah, you know what? That loss in December, I threw out the window when you asked me to do the game the other day. I saw Lee personally the other day. I actually saw them about a week after their upset loss to Monument. A lot of times when a team gets a special win like this, they have a game that's a defining moment. And I think after that Monument loss, they have played very good basketball. And obviously they proved that tonight by winning in overtime.
So we're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll come back with a recap and the scoring. Don't go away. Recap for the Drury Blue Devils. They'll end their season at 11-11 altogether. They got the number 8 seed in Division 5, and their season will end tonight. And they were led by Hannah Lacasse. The senior will go out with 17 points. Had a really, really nice look for for hopefully the game winner. It just didn't happen. It just wasn't going to happen tonight. Hannah with 17, 8 for Nora Wood that she's just shown in the second half. She played an incredible game and knocked out a couple of threes. She had 8 points tonight. 5 for Jacinta Felix, who will end her career here at Drury High School. Also 5 with Ashlyn Hayden. 4 for Eva Moser. 4 for Elise Daly. 4 for Meg McGrath, who had a really, really big 3 that I thought was could have been the game changer. Should Drury have won. 3 points for Delaney Hayden and 3 points for Isabella Moore for their 53. The Lee Wildcats, who will move on now to the round of 8, were led by Micah Diller, coming in, averaging almost 10 points a game. She scored 15. Kenzie Garrity had an incredibly good first half. Very consistent. She had 12. Great scoring balance, John, all the way up and down the line. Mia Polari with 9. Gianna Carlino with 8. Tamara Andrade with 7. Ari Noyes with 3. And a free throw apiece for Peyton Simmons and Leanna Driscoll. And everyone that played on that floor for both teams had an outcome of the way the game was played. But it was a great one, John, to say the least.
Yeah, no, it was a great high school basketball game when you know it goes into overtime. You know one team's going to walk off the floor heartbroken. One team's going to walk off celebrating and keeping their season alive. And I'll tell you, it's not a surprise that Diller got the game-winning basket because she was a big difference maker all night long tonight. But like you said a minute ago, the depth and the scoring depth, not that they weren't as deep as Drury player-wise, but you get 15, 12, 9, 8, 7. That's some great scoring balance. And Lee did a great job, and you got to give Coach Polari and the Wildcats a lot of credit for walking here with a win. But Drury responded several times to the deficits tonight, and they couldn't put away Lee because each team would gather a 5-6 point lead. No one could run away with it, and it's fitting that it got down to the final possession. Hannah Lacasse had a good look at the corner 3, didn't come up with it. It's too bad that Drury didn't foul a little quicker to have a little bit more time on the clock, but they tried to go for the half-court pass and couldn't complete the play, and that sends Cinderella Lee off to the final 8 and celebrating in the far corner with their young team.
And the fact that both these teams are so young, and they both have bright futures for sure. So the final score again here, ladies and gentlemen, in the MIAA Girls D5 round of 16, it was the Lee Wildcats 55 and the Drury Blue Devils 53 in overtime. For Peter Gentile and for John Jacoby, I'm Rick Bua saying thanks very much, everybody. Hope you really enjoyed it. We'll see you again soon. Good night for now.
Thank you. Have a good night.